pope who chose simplicity over splendor and broke a 400-year-old tradition in the most unexpected way is a mystery. But why did Pope Francis choose to be buried outside the Vatican, breaking a 400-year-old tradition? Why St. Mary Major, and what spiritual connection did it hold for him? Pope Francis, known for his humility, has left behind a final wish that's now shaking the heart of the Catholic Church. In a deeply personal testament, the late pontiff requested to be buried not in the Vatican, but in a modest underground tomb with no grand monument, no golden sculptures, just a simple inscription, Franciscus. But why did the Pope choose this path, and what message is he leaving for the world even in death? Stay with us, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see the Catholic Church and Christianity at large. For the first time in more than a century, a pope will not be laid to rest in the Vatican. Instead, he will rest beneath the sacred stones of the Papal Basilica of St. Mary Major, a place that held deep meaning for him. This isn't just any church, it's where Pope Francis began and ended every one of his global journeys, kneeling in prayer before the Virgin Mary, a habit that defined not just his leadership, but his devotion. As I sense the approaching twilight of my earthly life, his testament begins, I wish to set out my final wishes solely regarding the place of my burial. It's in these lines that we find something more than instructions. We find the soul of a spiritual leader who always puts simplicity, service, and humanity above ceremony. This move isn't just symbolic, it's unprecedented. Not since 1669 has a pope been buried at this sacred basilica. Pope Francis will be the first to do so in over 350 years. And that's not all. Instead of grand marble, his resting place will be simple, underground, and without the lavish ornamentation normally reserved for pontiffs. Just one word will be carved into his tombstone, Franciscus. Even in death, he is making a bold statement. Humility is the true legacy of a life of faith. But this leaves us with questions. Was this a silent protest against the opulence often seen within the church? Was he trying to send a final message to world leaders and the faithful alike? And what impact will this have on how future popes choose to be remembered? Pope Francis lived through turbulent times, navigating scandals, championing reform, and confronting the modern world with both compassion and courage. His decision to rest beneath Mary's gaze, not in the grandeur of Vatican halls, speaks volumes about the man behind the title. And now, as the world mourns the passing of a revolutionary spiritual leader, we're left not only remembering his words, but the powerful silence of his final resting place. Because sometimes, it's not where you're buried that matters, it's why you chose it. If this story moved you or raised questions in your heart, stay with us because the legacy of Pope Francis is far from over. What message was the Pope trying to send with such a humble final wish? Could this decision redefine how future popes view power, legacy, and death? What did Pope Francis's simple request reveal about his views on church wealth and tradition? Why did he ask for no ornamentation, just a tomb with one word, Franciscus? Is this the final chapter of his humility, or the beginning of a new conversation about leadership in faith? Share your thoughts on this matter and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel as we look forward to seeing you on our next video.